All right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. Glad to have you here. It's been a little bit. We've had a few things going on. Mel and I both were sick with the norovirus, so we were down for a couple of weeks, just not feeling good at all. But we are back up, and if you can tell, and you've been watching the channel for a while, we're back at our home base. We are not at the RV park we were a couple of weeks ago in our last video with the rock garden. The reason for that is we got a good bit of stuff that we got to do to the sweet old rig here. We're going to talk about everything we're doing and some things about our big move coming up in just a minute. So stick around. Home on the Hitch. So what we're out here doing right now, what I'm doing today is every like 3 years, 2 or 3 years, I got to tape off this screw trim here, sand it down a little bit and put a nice coat of paint on it, because the sun just absolutely, for whatever reason, bakes the paint off of that. You can see that. So I got to sand that down a little bit, take all that loose stuff off, finish taping this side up and get a little coat of paint on that. Last video I talked about needing to do the slide repair, actually putting a slide ski underneath there, and like I said, we weren't feeling good, but one day I was feeling okay, so I decided to get that done. I just didn't have the gumption to film any of it really, but we do. I don't know if you can see it, but we do have a stainless steel slide ski under there, and knock on wood, so far it's working out really good. I got it 14 inches wide. And I wish I had made it 16 inches wide, because we had another little kind of tear in that membrane that it is coasting right along the edge of. But I think it's going to be all right for a while. I know if I need to do another one, I know how to do it. And it actually went very well. And I'm going to talk about that more, but how we did it and why we did it. But it went very well, and it seems to be working good. It's 22 gauge stainless steel, 4 foot by 14 inches. So yeah, a lot to do. Something else we're going to be doing is, our rig did not come with slide toppers, but we're going to be putting those on there. I actually ordered, didn't order the Solera or the Lippert brand. We ordered the Onlux. Seemed to have pretty good reviews. A little bit cheaper, but not cheap, if you know what I mean. So looks like the components are good. I ordered the one for the bedroom slide here first. Smaller, easier to put on. So that one actually showed up today. So in the next couple of days, I'm going to be getting that on. We'll of course record that. And then as long as that goes well and works okay, we're going to order the one for this slide and the one on the other side. And those two are the same size. So I'll actually be happy to have that, because in the summertime, when the sun's really beating down on the top of those slides, especially that big one on the other side, you can really feel the heat inside that slide. And I think that the slide topper is going to help a lot with that, if you just get some shade over that roof. That little bit done, doesn't look perfect, but looks better than it did. Got so much stuff to do. We finally joined the old Starlink community here. Haven't had it that long and haven't really used it that much, so can't report on it, but we did get the mini because it was on sale for like $229 for the holidays. So picked that up and can put it in standby mode for a little while until we get somewhere where we need it. And well, like I said, we got a pretty big move coming up. That's what we're doing. We're getting ready. And it may be very, very useful to us in the near future. So yeah, I think that's all we're going to do tonight. Melissa's dad is getting some stuff to set up for some Christmas decorations. So I'm going to help out with that, but move this to the back deck, clean up this ladder for tonight. This morning, since we're going to be here and out of the RV for 3 or 4 weeks, I blew out all the blew out all the water lines, got the low point drain off, because next week it's going to get down into the teens. for lows for several days. It's going to be down like 10, 12 degrees, and that's just too cold. So I don't want anything to go wrong in there. We're keeping the heater on and everything, but kind of got it turned down. Since we're not going to be in there to monitor everything, I've got it going to shut it off and have the water off and everything drained out. Just don't want any problems. What do you use for your internet? Because we've got Verizon Home Internet. We've had great luck with that, a really good luck with that. But then we got the Starlink Mini, and so far, like I said, we haven't used it a whole lot. It seems to be performing pretty well, but there's so many options out there. What do you guys use? This is gonna be either our primary or our backup. I don't know, it's probably backup since we can put it in standby mode, but what do you guys use for your primary and for your backup internet? Because who knows what the best option is. This thing is gonna be headed out with us too. I'm gonna have to actually make a return trip, put that in the back of Mel's truck and drive it back where we're going, but because we're gonna be there for a bit and we're gonna need the golf cart. But put a little lift kit on this thing too. What do you think? 3-inch, 4-inch, easy go lift. Anybody ever done that? They don't look too expensive and don't look too hard to do. So maybe when we get where we're going, it warms up a little bit. Might do that, but right now it's cold and it's Christmas time. But one more day of stuff done. We still got that Wii Boost antenna up there on top. And we're not using that thing anymore. I've taken the inside amplifier off the wall. I cut the cable when I installed the cable for the backup camera for the extension antenna. I cut the cable for that and pulled it off the roof. So I need to get up there and pull that antenna down. It's got a crack in the top of it anyway. So need to get that pulled off and get that sealed up real good with some of Ron, the RV Roof Man's Forever Lap Sealant. You don't know about that, you need to check him out. RV Roof Man. If you clean everything up and prep it the right way before you seal, get all the old loose sealing off, everything's nice and clean, put it on there like he recommends, it'll be the last sealant you ever have to put on it. You need to check out his stuff. It's more expensive, but you get what you pay for. So I had a couple of days of work and now we're back at it trying to get everything ready, but it's cold. It's in the mid 30s right now. It's going to drop down way down to like 12 degrees tonight. And I don't think it's really going to get way above freezing for a couple of days. So trying to get a few things done while I got some sunshine. We got the generator out here powering the camper, just kind of giving it a good exercise because I want to make sure it's in good shape. Make sure everything's set up. Let me tell you something. This Champion generator right here, we've had that generator. I bought it new in 2017. It's coming up on 9 years old. We have used that thing every year for hundreds upon hundreds of hours boondocking. We used it non-stop almost in Alaska, and it has never, knock on wood, let us down. So Champion, amazing job. We're gonna eventually have to get a new one. This one used to be first pull start. Now it's like takes 2 or 3 pulls, but it runs wonderful. So Champion, like I said, not sponsored, but we have got our money's worth out of that 2017 generator, and we're gonna keep using it. Only thing I've done is kept good synthetic oil in it. Haven't even ever put a tune-up other than a spark plug. So I wonder how long you can run a generator before it just absolutely craps out. It's got to have a lot to do with maintenance, but that one right there has held up amazing. So one big task we've got to do at some point in time, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it before we leave or not, is get a good polish on the camp. I was going to pay someone to do it. We did that last time, and it's, you know, anywhere from $700 to $1,000. They did a fabulous job. It was in East Tennessee. It looked great, but I'm gonna have a few weeks off in between contracts. So I think I'm just gonna buy a new little cordless buffer and section it off and do it myself. I don't know what product to use. I was looking at the McGuire system has a, for boats and RVs, oxidation remover, polish, and wax. And that seems to have a lot of good reviews. So if you've got any recommendations on the best thing I could use. I've even looked at the Polyglow videos. It seems like people either love that or they absolutely hate it. My concern is what it's going to look like later on down the road. I've seen some nightmare stories where it's peeling off and it's flaking off and it looks horrible. I don't know if that has to do with application or preparation. Anybody that's got any experience with that, please let me know. Mel's got us a little festivity decoration going on. It's super windy right now, so we've got the decorations all pretty much unplugged, but I'll throw in a clip from nighttime on what that all looks like there at the house. It feels like Christmas time today. It's cold, but yeah, we're doing everything we can. We have pulled every stitch of clothing out of the RV, and while we're here, Mel's going through, we're going to go through everything and just do a purge, because let me tell you, if you're full-time, you know it's so easy just to accumulate and accumulate. So yeah, we're taking a good hard look at everything that's in the RV while we're home, and we're going to be purging a lot of that out. So I realized that we haven't actually spilled the beans on where we're going, and we're going to do that next week. We got a few details that we still need to hash out. Everything's pretty much set in stone at this point, almost. We got a few details that we still need to get hammered out, and we're not going to talk about anything until everything is laid out. Now, there's some friends of the channel out there that may be watching who know what the plans are, so shh, keep your mouth shut. Don't be spilling the beans till next week when we let everybody know what we're going. But we'll say that we are very excited for this next chapter for Home on the Hitch, and looking forward to it so much. So thanks for being here this week, following along with everything we're doing to get ready, and come back next week. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, follow along, so you don't miss anything. Next week, we're going to talk about where we're going. But that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for being here, guys. We love you. So until next time, guys, take care of each other, love each other, make every moment count. See you next time, guys.